It's a tradition in the news business at this time of year to take a look in our rear view mirror and revisit the stories which held our attention this past year. We asked for input from our viewers, checked the stats from our website for the most viewed stories, kicked the idea around the newsroom, and came up with the top 8 stories of 2022. Ed Pierce counts us down.
First, it may be worth noting what did not make the list this year. Wildfires, for instance. Big fires have been a perennial presence on these lists for some time. This year, we mostly escaped unsinged. Despite predictions and warnings, or perhaps because of them, nothing even remotely resembling the big fires of recent past. And that may qualify as this year's biggest surprise. And two, though today is top of mind, no huge weather stories. We made it through another water year and have an encouraging start on the next one. So for our real list, number 8, and this is a surprise because it's still unfolding, the eviction of a 59-year-old woman just days before Christmas. Amelia Alvera and her son were given just 5 days to vacate their apartment due to the landlord's interpretation of restrictions on students staying in federally subsidized Section 8 housing. It not only made the list of our most viewed stories, reaction is continuing even today with offers of temporary housing while they look for something more permanent. The story obviously touched on one of the area's chronic problems, affordable housing or the lack thereof. We expect a positive outcome, so stay tuned. Number 7, and this is a viewer's pick, the new Hug High School opens. A brand new school the community can take pride in, but plagued by hallway fights and gang graffiti. It is, of course, due to the acts of a few, but it's sad to see a new school start off this way. Enough said. Go Hawks. Number 6, again, the viewer's pick. The Reno air races were once again visited by tragedy. The fatal crash of an L-29 Super Delphin during the third lap of the Jet Gold race. Pilot Aaron Hogue had been named the race's Rookie of the Year in 2021. The National Transportation Safety Board has yet to conclude its investigation. Number 5, the pandemic hangover. The masks came off, at least the mandates did, but COVID's impact on our economy, politics, and daily life still lingers, as does the virus itself, along with the flu and RSV, leaving us with what some are calling a triple-demic. Crime, unfortunately, played a sizable role in our nightly newscasts, and even most of a year later, some victims are still denied justice. In February, authorities responding to a car fire on I-580 near the Galena Creek Bridge discovered a crime scene instead. In the trunk of the burned vehicle was the body of 23-year-old Anna Scott. In spite of public attention and a $5,000 secret witness reward, this mother of 2 remains on a growing list of unsolved cases of missing and murdered Indigenous women in the United States. In August, the fate of another young woman raised fears and rallied resources. 16-year-old Kylie Rodney disappeared from a party at a campground at Prosser Lake. Initially, searches turned up nothing, but finally a team of specially equipped divers found her body in her car in the lake. She had apparently taken a wrong turn and plunged into the lake and drowned. Number 2, the election. Our status as a swing state brought national focus and millions of dollars in campaign spending to Nevada. When all the smoke had cleared, we'd elected a new governor, but returned a highly targeted U.S. senator. A leader in the movement to install election-denying secretaries of state was rejected, and voters passed Question 3, sold as an open primary reform measure, but also including ranked choice voting. Our politics took a dark turn even at the local level, as we've learned only recently that someone hired a local private investigator to place a tracking device in Mayor Hillary Sheevy's car. Who and to what end, we still don't know. Finally, our pick and the viewers for the top story of 2022, the kidnapping and murder of 18-year-old Naomi Irian. She disappeared early one February morning from a Fernley parking lot. Hundreds joined in the search, which covered hundreds of square miles of western Nevada. Her body was finally found off a remote road in Churchill County. The investigation led to the arrest of 42-year-old Troy Driver. He's being held in the Lyon County Jail. A preliminary hearing is scheduled for early in the new year. Ed Pierce, KOLO 8 News Now.